hope that you guys have been enjoying the series so far. So today I have a special guest, and the fun thing about Bunnies in the Burbs is that we have people that come in that I haven't actually met before, but we learn each other's stories, and that's what Bunnies in the Burbs is about creating narratives and telling each other stories. So today I'm joined with Rita. Thank you so much for having me here. And today we're going to be making one of your favorite dishes.
Yes, cauliflower pizza. It's just a great alternative from having, I guess, normal, just I guess the white flour pizza. So it's a great recipe.
But before we get into this, we're having you on the show just before you're leaving.
Yes.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about where you're going, what you're going to do?
Well, I've been privileged enough to get accepted into NYU, which is a great opportunity. So I'm actually leaving in a couple of days to start this, this great journey. So I'll be studying my master's. It's a 1-year program, and hopefully I'll be able to maybe work in the US and then bring whatever I've learned there back to South Africa.
Oh, I think that's really cool. It's nice to think that you can go away, learn for a little bit, and then come back and always.
I can probably mentor you.
Yes, I would love that.
Yes, so we can probably do that.
I would love that. So, how do we start this?
So basically what this is just one cauliflower head that I've grated, and I put it in the microwave. And what you need to do is just get like a normal, I guess, dishcloth, and then you just put all the cauliflower in there and just take out the excess water, because once you put it in the microwave it does like puff up a little bit. So you just need to get all that excess water in, and then it just basically comes out like this.
And you don't put any extra water in it?
Nothing else. So now what we're going to do is now crack an egg, because we'd like to obviously bind it together and actually form a pizza base. So we just have one egg here, and we're gonna crack that in there. So you just mix it together, obviously once all the egg is like incorporated. So now I have extra spices and I guess salt and pepper. Just, you don't want like a bland base. So what we have here, we have thyme and oregano, but you can add like rosemary if you'd like to. So
do you want
me
to put these in?
So if you can just put it, no, not the whole thing, just a little bit. Okay, that's fine. And then we can put, that's fine, we can put the thyme in there. Great. And then I just need salt and pepper. So we have two options here. We have ground pepper or the coarse, pepper. So you can choose between the two. It's up to you.
Which one do you normally use? Ground.
Use that one, yes.
So
you can just put the
salt.
Yes, please. Got it.
More?
That's enough. That's more than enough.
And some of the pepper.
And then the pepper.
And like you were saying before, this is a good healthy alternative.
Yeah, true, but it's different. I think for me, I don't do it for healthy purposes. I just do it because I think it's something exciting, it's fun. I think we just all need something else that can really boost our taste buds, because I think when you have just the normal stuff, you really do get bored of just normal pizza. So this is just a great alternative, and it tastes really good, not as bad as I think people think it is.
No, so I think it's also super exciting because you see it in the restaurants and like.
True, banting is a big thing.
But you also think that it's so difficult to make at home.
Cooking is the easiest thing. I'm not a chef, but I always tell people that it's something that anybody and everybody can do. So it really is possible. So we're done here.
And then we put it in here.
Yes. So you can actually form it yourself. It's pretty easy. I don't know how big you'd like your pizza to be.
You can form a moderate size. So just start pressing it down.
Yes. Go ahead, and then you just like forming like a circle.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect,
so this is a non-stick pan. If you don't have a non-stick pan, then I would just suggest you using like parchment paper, like wax paper, then it won't stick to the bottom. So you're just basically forming that.
Thick, or?
You can, it just depends on you, but I like to at least get a nice thick, I guess, around the edges, so that when you do put it in the oven, then it forms like a nice crust, and then you know it's done.
Okay.
Correct. So then at this point, you already have your oven going. It's at 200 degrees. And then you just pop it in the oven, and that's it. That's just your base.
Yay.
And then we'll start forming our toppings and everything like that in the tomato base.
Okay, so this goes in the oven, and then we'll start doing this.
Yeah, so it should go in the oven for about 20 minutes.
Our pizza base is in the oven, and now you're going to show us how to make an easy sauce.
Yes, so basically I would advise no one to actually get a tomato-based sauce from the grocery store. I think it's just a lot easier to actually make it at home. It's really quick. So what we've, it does taste better. I think anything homemade probably tastes better. So what we've actually done, so I got some Roma tomatoes. And they're a lot sweeter than just normal tomatoes. So what I've done, I just blanched them in hot water, and just to basically get the skin off, right? So what we did, we chopped them up, put some salt, pepper, onions, and garlic into like a saucepan, quite a small saucepan, and just started mixing it up. And then we put tomato paste just to give it the thickness and the richness. So just as you're going along, let it simmer for about half an hour. Then you start to taste it. So one thing I always notice that some of my sauces are always just missing something. It's not salt, but it's something else.
Okay.
So normally it's actually sugar, funny enough. So I put brown sugar in here, which just, I don't know, it just elevates it in some way, but it's the one thing that I know is always missing in my sauces. So I put sugar in here. I put a couple of spices like oregano, thyme, but you can honestly just switch it up as with whatever, with whatever works for you. So you just let it, I guess, simmer for about a really, like 45 minutes is a good time, just to get the thickness, of the sauce. And it basically just comes out like this. And it's really just a good sauce to have. And it's not just for pizzas, pastas. I don't know, you can use it as a really nice gravy for a roast of some sort.
Even on like a sandwich.
Exactly. It's for everything. So, I mean, it's a really good base for a pizza. And what's really nice, you can make a big batch of it, freeze it if you need to, and just warm it up again, and you can use it for your pizza base.
Our pizza's done.
Yes.
We've got our sauce, and now we get to do the exciting thing of putting it all together. So let me just get the sauce over here.
Go ahead. So this is the time where you can shine. I don't need to talk anymore.
How much of this do I put on?
Well, it depends how much you actually want. So just put like a good blob on there, and then you can just use the back of the spoon just to spread it out.
It smells so good.
It really does.
It smells like an Italian restaurant.
It really does. I agree with you there. So these are our toppings, and now you can really decide. And I think this is where it gets exciting. If you're going to do this at home, you can have so many different toppings: pepper, cheddar cheese, I don't know, Parmesan cheese. There's just so many options, I guess, for pizza. But what we have here for today, we have portobello mushrooms, we have mozzarella, sun-dried tomatoes, basil, and then we have chorizo. So let's start with the cheese.
Okay.
Put as much as you can think about.
Okay, all the cheese, and then
sun-dried tomatoes are so great. They're very sweet.
Okay, so just
sun-dried tomatoes.
I like the way they look. I think they look so pretty on any food.
True, and they're really good for sandwiches as well. That's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah. And I saw some people even put them in like pesto and stuff.
Oh yeah, because you can make a sun-dried tomato pesto. That's pretty easy.
Fancy. Okay.
And then we have our mushrooms.
These are just
just normal portobello mushrooms. I've just literally just cut them in half, and that's easy. You can also just use the normal shiitake mushrooms. There's just so many options when it comes to mushrooms. But just a nice flavor profile, I think, to add. And then, so I would suggest, because we do like cheese, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're sticking to the cheese. Put more cheese on. And then, well, would you like some chorizo?
We can put some on?
Okay, perfect. So let's just put that chorizo on as well before we add more cheese.
Okay. My hands are all messy, I'm sorry.
Well, this looks prettier than most of my pizzas, so you're doing a pretty good job.
Okay.
And then, then let's put more cheese on. And then I think if you're going to put any, I guess, herbs, especially fresh herbs on your pizza, I would say put it last. Just don't, because if you put, I guess, the basil on, then the mozzarella, then the mozzarella is literally just going to melt into the basil. So let's just put that on, and then now we can make it look green and pretty.
So this goes on even before the oven?
Yeah, it goes on now.
Our pizza is out, and it looks and smells amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Problem.
But before we leave and taste our gorgeous pizza, how can we get in touch with you? And just
Well, you can follow me on Twitter, Reta101. You can have me I'm on Facebook, Reta Madumise. I'm also on Snapchat, and that's where I put a lot of my recipes and stuff on there. So I make smoothie bowls, all sorts of funny looking, healthy stuff, and it tastes good. So a lot of my recipes are actually on Snapchat. So follow me, Reta_M. So that's my Snapchat name.
And as usual, all the links will be down below. And
So
then while you're in America, we should do Skype. But let's cut.
Yes, Skype me. Actually, anybody follow me. I'll be in America tasting some good food, actually.
Okay, let's cut it.
So let's cut into it. Okay, what piece do you want? Okay, I'm gonna give you one with basil because I think you need to taste it. Let me get some chorizo here. Oh, I love chorizo. What does the cauliflower taste like?
You don't even taste the cauliflower. It's so good.
Really good.
So as I said, thank you so much for joining us on the show. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. All the social media links for both Reta and myself and JT Coms will be down below. And we hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.